What's the deal, YouTube? You know who it is. It's your boy Big Will. Let's get into another episode of Life After Prison. Salute. This is the deal, people. You know who it is. We're back again. When you enter, hit that like and subscribe button. It hurts. Why wait till the end? You might not stick around. Today we're going to speak about how I was, how do I want to put it? How I was mistaken as a gang member. I go into Bridgewater. I'm sitting in there and I'm laying down listening to my radio, and I get my bunk kicked. Okay? And it's the COs, right? There's 4 or 5 of them. They hit me with cuff up. Cuff up, I'm saying. I didn't do shit wrong, right? I get up, I reply, right? No big deal. They handcuff me. They bring me down to the I.P.S office. They bring me down to the I.P.S office. I.P.S people have different meanings. Inner prison security, inner perimeter security. But they're the ones who are usually in charge with gang activity, investigating shit that goes on in prison, right? They're the ones that they're like detectives, okay, from the police department. You don't see the I.P.S, right? Until it's time for, until they got you in their office and they're sitting, standing there in their tan khakis and their little white t-shirt, right? Or blue, whatever they want to wear, right? But anyways, I get brought down to the I.P.S, and the sergeant down there doesn't say a word to me except for strip. And I'm looking at this cat like, strip? You gotta be out of your fucking mind. For what? Oh, I heard you're part of a gang. Now again, this goes back shit. I was probably 28 or 29 when this happened, right? And now growing up, I wasn't in a gang. Okay, we were a gang, but I wasn't in a like a legal street gang, if you want to call it, right? I was in, we called it my crew, my boys, shit like that, right? So, they going to bring in this Southside Posse that I was in years ago. Right now, Southside Posse I was in when I was a kid, right? I was 17, 16, 18, young teenage kids, right? Young shit before I met my ex-wife and had my kids and, got responsible. I was a kid. We'd go out drinking and partying, and we had a bunch of friends that were DJs. They were called Dockside Posse. There was a whole bunch of us that were Southside Posse. We were from the south end of my city. We were in the project, so we all formed a little, because we hung together every day, right? We drank, we partied every day. It was a thing, right? It was my crew, right? So, we all had matching hats, and it said our name, and Southside Posse and Dockside Posse. There was a whole crew of us, okay? We were all Dockside Posse. It was a whole bunch of us that hung together, probably 20, 30 of us that hung together, that went to parties all the time. There was a certain number of them that rapped. They had a rap gang, right? And they were Dockside Posse, right? So, again, there was a bunch of us that didn't rap with them. We just went to the parties and we fought, is what we did. If somebody got into a problem, if somebody had a problem in the dance or you know, we were the ones that would fight. You know, we would go to a party. If there was a trouble, we were the ones that would fight, right? Any of my Southside posse members? Peace, you know who you are. So anyways, years go by now. With this, again, I lived in a project, Sunset Hill, right? So the younger generation to us, which were a lot of my cousins and you know, their friends, and you know, all the 14, 13 to 15-year-old youths, I want to say, maybe 12 to 15, that were too young to hang with us yet, right? Them and a couple of my aunts and uncles, they excuse me, they formed a little, how do I want to call it, a fork, so to speak, to our Southside posse, right? They were called Sunset Hill Posse, okay? So in my neighborhood, we had a lot of street boys, like the Dover boys, and you know, Harbor Terrace boys, you know, HTB, and it's, you know, a lot of it started back in the 80s, you know, early 90s, when they had breakdancing and stuff, you know what I'm saying? The late 80s and 90s, you know, probably early 80s, probably 85, 84, somewhere around there, okay? So now, fast forward, I'm in, you know, I'm in Bridgewater, and there is, I get brought in by the I.P.S, and they tell me strip. Now they go in to proceed to tell me, oh, we know that your brothers are in Concord, your father's in Norfolk, you know, they're under investigation, and you know, we know you all come from this Sunset Hill, and you are all a gang. And so they didn't think I was a street gang like the Bloods or the Crips, but they thought I was in a motorcycle gang, right? Because like all my brothers and my father, all my uncles were all real big dudes, right? I'm probably one of the shortest next to my brother, and I'm 6 feet, 260 pounds, you know what I'm saying? Like, my brother was probably right under me at 5'9", maybe, probably around 5'9", 240 pounds, you know what I'm saying? We're just big bone family with big bone dudes, right? So, and my brothers, my fathers, like, they're full with tattoos, sleeves, chests, you know, the neck, the legs. My brothers and my father, same thing, all tattooed up, right? I have a few, like, I have just my kids' names, right? I got two pictures on my back, and that's all I got, right? I just got my kids' names, that's it, and my wife's name, right? So anyways, they tell me strip, they want to take pictures of my tattoos, and I'm looking at them like, for what? You know, oh, we want to see what kind of gang member you're in, you know, you're getting labeled and both. And I'm like, labeled? Like, motherfucker, I ain't in no gang. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't call it a gang. These are my boys that I hang with, you know what I'm saying? When we come 8-10 deep of us, it's my boys. It's who I hang with. It's my crew. We hang together every day. But, you know, we're not a gang. We're not a set, right? So they go in, they take pictures of just the names, you know, and but back then I didn't have one of my girls' names, and I didn't have my two daughters' names, so I had very few, you know what I'm saying, tattoos, probably 4 at the time. And when they got me stripped bare ass, they come to realize I'm not all tatted up, right? Like, it's a big waste of time, right? So I'm standing there bare ass, and everyone's looking, and I'm like, you know, you satisfied? You know, can I get dressed? They go into the whole spew. You know, your father, this, yeah, your brother, the other brother, you know, the other brother. Yep. You know who my family are, you know what I'm saying? It's no secret where, you know, We're known in the system. You know, what's the deal here? You know, it's just like, you know, we got our eye on you. We see when you sit down at lunch the way, you know, you got a flock of guys that hang around you and shit like that. And I'm like, you know, listen, I'm just known. You know what I'm saying? It's like, there's nothing personal about it. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, they go into proceeding to, yeah, we've heard that so many times. But you know what the problem is that too many of these young guys, they go to jail, right? And, you know, once they get around, I don't know, 5, 6, 8 guys, they all want to claim something, right? So a lot of guys who go in, they need protection in jail, they want to claim something, you know what I'm saying? When you're a true fucking soldier and you walk on your own 2 feet, you don't need to go to jail to join something, okay? Now, it's totally different if you're in the streets and you join a gang and that's your life, right? And you're you know, you're an active gangbang. You remember, when you go to prison, you're still a gang member, okay? But when you're one of these kids that go to jail and you make up a set that's in jail, right? When you're one of these kids that go to jail and you join a crew in jail because you're scared, right? They're only using you as a crash dummy, right? They're using you to crash out on someone, so their legitimate members don't get taken out of population, you know, and their numbers don't get dwindled down, and they don't, you know, go to the hole. So they use crash dummies, you know. But the thing is that when they get pulled aside by I.P.S, when they get pulled aside by the I.P.S, they don't, oh, I'm not a gang member and I'm not this, you know. Behind closed doors, they're scared to hell because they don't want to get labeled, right? A lot of guys, they get labeled, they get put in certain units. A lot of guys get labeled, you know, on their paperwork. They put, you know, I'm a gang member. I have enemies such as the Crips, or, you know, they make an enemy list. So certain individuals are kept away from them. Okay, so now every time you get into a fight, they ask you, you know, do you want to add this person to your enemy list? So if you're scared of somebody, you add them to your list, right? So, like, and if you walk into prison and you start naming enemies, it's because you're scared, right? And you don't want them people around you. You know, there are occasions where dudes have put down that they have an enemy to get moved to a better camp, but it's rare. It's very rare, because you know what, that enemy list follows you. You know what I'm saying? Next time you get, you know, if you happen to go back to prison, you still got the same enemy list. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a real dude, if you got hot, if you ain't scared of no man like 9 out of 10 of these clowns claim they really are, you don't make an enemy list. If you got smoke on the street, you see somebody, deal with it. If you have an issue in jail and you bang with somebody, you deal with it. You see them in another unit, either you bang again or you squash it as you already fought, right? But you don't make an enemy list. You don't have people labeled. You know what I'm saying? That's a technical way of PCing. Okay, you put down, you know, you want keepaways. You want people to keep away from you. It's like a fucking restraining order. You know what I'm saying? If you're a man going to prison and getting a restraining order on another man, you're just pussy. That's all you are, is pussy, and you're keeping them away. It's real talk, you know. So that's the problem with the gangs nowadays, is that when they do let these crash dummies as prospects, they're letting them use the name. Okay, so these bums, they go around and they say, I'm now a Blood, or I'm now a Crip, or I'm now a GD, you know, I'm now Folk, whatever you want to claim. You know what I'm saying? I'm now a Sereno. You know, they start using names so other people are scared of them, right? So, oh no, listen, I'm not gonna blast you because, oh, you're a Crip. Well, you know, it doesn't always go that way. You know what I'm saying? And that was the reason why I went to the hole. Kid said he was a Crip, then he was a GD. It didn't matter to me. He tried to rob me. I broke his shit. That was it. He ended up putting me on his enemy list. So every unit that he was in, I could never be in, you know what I'm saying? Which was, it's just fucking bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, I'm the type of person, listen, if we bang, unless you pull the Mighty Mouse and rape my daughter or my niece or something like that, right? Like, or you killed my mother, or, you know, like, if we bang and we get our differences over, if you owe me soups, I owe you honey bun, whatever the case may fucking be, and we bang, we get it over with, that's it, right? So if you beat my ass, I'm not going to try and retaliate against you. I'm a man, right? I can take a loss, right? If I beat your ass, it should just be that. You take a loss, right? A lot of dudes, their pride get hurt, right? And the thing is this, there's no fucking Superman out here. There is always somebody that is going to be bigger or badder than you, right? With that being said, a lot of dudes ain't got that hot. They have to act like they're fucking beyond human, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, when you're real, you either recognize real or you see right through fake, you know what I'm saying? And most of these kids nowadays, they have no fucking heart. That's why they gotta join gangs 10 deep. Now back in my case, when I was a teenager, we didn't join a gang for fighting. We had the same group of kids in the projects that we grew up with. We were all friends that we hung around every day. We didn't join or make a gang for fear of fighting people, you know what I'm saying? When we went and fought, there was 6 or 7 of us fighting 6 or 7 guys, you know what I'm saying? And if one of us had a bang and there was only one of you, well, you got your ass beat, you know what I'm saying? That's all I can say, you know what I'm saying? That's how we grew up. I've been jumped a few times, you know what I'm saying? And truth be told, I mean, short of dying, getting killed, if you can't take a few bruises, broken jaw, yeah, it sucks and it's painful. And you can't go through pain in life, dude. You might as well hang it up, you know what I'm saying? We all got pain, you know? But with that being said, like I said, that was my little instance of being dragged in by the I.P.S to find out what gang I was in. They wanted pictures of my tattoos, and all they got was a picture of my but other than that, it's your boy Big Will. Come on, hit that like and subscribe button. Leave me a comment, good or bad, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I get off on I like them, I laugh at them. You know, it's funny to see what some people write. Other people keep it real, you know what I'm saying? You don't like it, there's a thumbs down. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind. Dude, I can take criticism, I don't care. You know, the criticism helps me get better. You know what I'm saying? With that, you all have a pleasant day, and I'll see you on the next one. Life After Prison. Peace.